morning, everyone. Gina coming to you live in the Hive. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and welcome this morning. This morning's class is the June scrapbook class, and we are going patriotic today. We've got a red, white, and blue layout for you. So if you're on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from, share anything exciting and new going on in your world. Oops, I gotta turn my volume off. Make sure I can read all your comments. Good morning, Mary, welcome. Today's set, we're gonna be featuring Around We Go again. I just did a bundle class on that for our technique class for the month of June. And now we're using it again for today's layout. But as I was going through and unpacking boxes yet in my basement, I have a lot of Stampin' boxes to go through, and I came across an oldie, but a goodie. It was probably one of my favorite sets, and it was called So Many Stars. And I thought I would bring that back, and we would use some of the star dies in that. So I just thought it coordinated, and it kind of really went with our theme, and we didn't have anything that really had stars in it currently, so I thought, why not bring that in? And it's a good way to show you guys at home that, you know, we have all this stuff. I know we're all collectors and hoarders of paper and stamps and all of those good things, and you know, to go through it and look through your old stash and see what can work with the new stuff. So, and reviving it, you know, we get all excited sometimes to play with new product, or something new comes out and we're on to the next thing and the next thing, and we kind of set those things aside. So sometimes it's nice if we can bring back something old and reuse it again and fall in love with it all over again. So currently So Many Stars is not available. It retired a couple years ago. I don't remember what year it was, but it did retire. But I will show you what it is in case you have it hidden in your stash also. So this is what we'll be using today, and then I'll just go through what I have available for classes yet this month. So I have a few kits available yet, and these are the classes that I have. And RSVP for these three classes will be this weekend, and the following week, let me get my dates straight here. The following week is July 5th. So I will give you guys until July 5th to RSVP for today's scrapbook class. The scrapbook class is $24 plus shipping. So reach out if you want those kits. But these are the kits I currently have available. So good morning, Holly, Leanne, and Karen Wetstein. Karen, I hope you had a fabulous birthday. What did you do for your birthday?
She had 2 old fashions, we know.
Oh, she had 2 old fashions? Good for you, Karen. Now we're celebrating, right? So here is the Round We Go bundle. The Round We Go bundle has this beautiful stamp set with lots of celebrating dies, and then it comes with this pack of dies. And this set is so fabulous because you can intermix all of these and do different layers. There's so many possibilities with this set. Now this piece here is what makes the rosette. And to actually make a rosette, you need 2 of these. So you'll need to cut out 2 of these in order to make a rosette. And I'll show you how to do that. But also with their set, there's so many other things that you can do with it. So for this class is $20. We, of course, went patriotic again. Used some of the wood, country wood DSP in here. So we got patriotic. We got a bright and bold birthday. Then we brought in that die that makes the rosette, and we made a fence. So, you know, a different way to use that die than what its, you know, intended purpose. And the dies here, which I call them little fireworks, can also be made into flowers. So lots of different options for this set. So if you don't have this set, you might want to put it on your list. And right now, just through the end of the month, so the month ends, I believe, on Sunday, this bundle is an additional 10% off on top of the already bundled price. So get that while you can. So this class is available. Reach out to me if you would like this class. The other class I have available was the Morning Create. So you guys have had me 3 times this week. We're gonna go through a dry spell again by the time my next class comes up. But we went all beachy on Monday, and we went, I believe this is Seashell Wishes. We made a card with that. It's got this beautiful embossing folder that also embosses and die cuts these sand dollars. And we brought in Beach Day and made a cute little beach scenery and a good happy birthday. And of course, we brought those turtles in, and I absolutely adore these turtles. And if you haven't used this stamp set, remember it is a reversible stamp. So one side will do a solid image and the other side will do the detailed image. So you definitely can get twice as much use out of this stamp set by reversing your stamps and flipping them around. So this class is available yet. This is $17, and everything of course is with shipping. And the class I did on Sunday last week, we made this cute little box here that you can put your cards in. And if you don't want the box, just let me know. You can turn this into a card. You don't have to make it into a box. So you can either make a box or a card with this. And then these are the 3 cards that we made to go in that set. So this is using the Country Floral set. Isn't this so pretty? And if you haven't seen this DSP, this is the Country Woods DSP. It is so pretty. These are the dies. And then we also have this one here. So you get different little pots and floral images to go with this set. So these 3 cards in a box or 4 cards is also $20. So like I said, RSVP for these kits. These kits are available until Sunday, and then I will start cutting them, and then today's kit is $24 plus shipping too. So, and if you like to get multiple kits all at once, I always try to discount shipping a little bit too. So anyways, let's get started. Maria is here, and my dear friend Jody from up north is here. Hi, my friend. How are you? She recently moved up north. I should say recently. She's been up there a while. And has moved farther away from me, so we used to stamp and scrap and do all that together, and she's a little farther away now, so we don't get to see each other as much. So hopefully we'll get out there soon and get up there to visit her. So as always with my scrapbook pages, feel free to make your pictures whatever dimensions you want. And most of the time I send a mat for your photo, but there are times where I don't, because I want you to take your photos and cut them the way that you want. So right here, I have a mat of 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So it uses a traditional 4 by 6 mat. So we're gonna lay our mats down first. And I'm going to pop them up. So what's everyone up to this morning? Anything fun? Karen, are you having a birthday week and celebrating all week long? Yes, I know, Jody. Enjoying a day without rain lately has seemed to be almost impossible. I feel like every other day we are getting quite the rainstorms. A lot of areas flooded out. Some even had some terrible tornadoes and stuff go through. So hopefully everyone is safe and sound. So now I'm just gonna lay these in the center. Move this over just a little bit.
Let's lay down.
And they're working hard in the studio today. The two ladies back there are working on kits. Oh my dear, I got this stuck to my glass mat. Little entertainment for you guys. And I'm going to put one higher than the other and overlap them just slightly. Karen, you're not going out the full week, but you are going out today and tomorrow, so that's good. Keep the party going. Where should we meet you, Karen?
Right.
So now, you know how we have all of those scraps at home, and sometimes you just never have the right size for something, and you know, you just cut more and more. And well, I had all these 1/2-inch strips, and I cut them down to 1/4 inch. No, are these 1/4 inch? These might be 1/8 of an inch. I think I started off with a 1/4 inch, and then I worked my way down to 1/8 of an inch. So we have these small, tiny little strips here. Yes, those two ladies are being quiet as a mouse for now, but I'll get them going later.
I heard that, Karen. I know Karen said it.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, okay, we have all these itty bitty strips, and we're kind of gonna make maybe like a little bit of a sunburst with these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hopefully stick these in here, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of my glue and it's okay if it sticks off your page because we're gonna cut them down. So I'm kind of just gonna start in my corners. And lay things down. It's a little tedious, but you get quite the nice effect. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit so I can get it more in the corner. Well, my phone keeps going off on me, so I can't see your comments very well, ladies. Okay, let's try this again. Sometimes it stays on the whole time, and sometimes it just disappears on me. There we go, we'll try that. Okay, so I am randomly just sticking these in here. Maybe I should have done these corners first and then put these down, but we're going with it.
Got it.
And so the paper that I'm using here, we've got some silver. We have the Regal's DSP pack. And I also brought in I'm trying to think of the name of it. Bright Balloons? It was a set that, I should say it was a set the DSP carried over, but not the stamp set. It was a birthday balloons set, and the DSP carried over, and it has a bunch of cool different fun birthday, like there's stars, there's circles, there's stripes, there's all sorts of fun designs. And they had this really pretty star paper in there, along with some ombre blue paper. So we've got the stars here, we've got some red polka dots, some red stripes. We're using balmy blue, blueberry bushel, real red, and silver. And now I'm just gonna fill in the holes. So besides, Leanne, you said, I just finished one of my scrapbooks that I am about to send to a friend in Canada. Well, that is probably the best gift I feel like you can give someone, is sending them a gift of a scrapbook or a photo album or a mini album or something like that. Pictures tell a story. I firmly believe that. And what better way than to put it in an album which tells a story. So just pick your pattern however you want. I should have maybe done some of this beforehand so you guys didn't have to watch me sit and glue all these little tiny pieces, but and what I'm going to do when I'm done with these is I'm just going to angle them on the ends at all different lengths. They're whispering so well over there. And I'm just I'm not making a specific pattern. I'm not going, you know, a certain color order. I am just picking colors here and there and going from there. Bye, Jody. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, Mary, you are getting pre-cut tiny pieces. Were you nervous you'd have to cut all these little pieces? I wouldn't do that to you. I would cut them for you. Your scrapbook was of someone's travels to Colombia. How cool, and Vegas. They're playing music over there. At least Diane's phone is.
It's my husband.
Oh, the hubby wants to join us today, ladies. A little nervous, Mary. You don't have to be nervous. I should have probably laid all these strips out a little bit just to make sure I brought enough strips. I just grabbed a handful. Looks like I could use a little more balmy blue. Or boho blue, I should say. So, like as always, Christine to the rescue for me. Yes, Mary, this is a great use of our scraps. And we often have piles of them. I was looking through my bin of scraps. Of course, you never have the scrap exactly the size you want. And nothing is worse is when I feel like I gotta cut into a piece of paper to get a scrap. So like I said, this is a little tedious, but it's gonna look so cool when it's done. And you could do this with anything. You could do this with a summer layout. You could do this with a beach layout. You could take all different shades of yellow or yellows and orange and make a sun. So what I would say is that I'm doing about, I don't know, 5 strips or so in this little swatch or whatever in between the different spots. Leanne, you have another 3 that you want to make. Oh my, I would love to say, as much as I love to scrapbook and things like that, I have only made a couple albums. I've made a lot of different pages, but I've never sat down and actually made too many albums. I think I have one from when we went to Hawaii. I made that album. And I think I have 2 more that I made. Oh, a Disney trip. But I seem to only get to making pages and not too many albums. And I made an album for a class last winter. It was the Memories and More set, and we made a 6x8 album, but I have yet to put pictures in it. That's the next thing to do. We're on the home stretch, guys. I promise the rest won't be so tedious. Okay, a blue. Oh, I got a star one left. Final one, hooray! Okay, so now we have our little sunburst. It's all kind of just haphazardly together. Now I'm just gonna go through and randomly cut my ends in different directions here. I'm definitely making a mess today. That one's going to be a little short. Better shorten a few other of them, or a few other ones, just to not make that one stand out too much. Now you could cut these straight across if you wanted to, completely up to you. Okay, now that I've officially made a mess here, we'll get that all aside. Okay, so you could do this layout either way. You could really do it this way or this way, completely up to you. All right, this is where the fun begins. We're gonna actually put it together now. So when I was talking about so many stars, this is the dies that go with so many stars. There's stitched stars, there's detailed stars, and there's this really cool piece right here. There you go, you guys can see that better, that it cuts out. So lots of really neat pieces. And we also brought in the Thoughtful Moments Hybrid. It's an embossing folder and a die cut. So I brought in the word celebrate because that was perfect for this occasion. So we've embossed it, we've cut it, and we're gonna brayer the top of the word. So first we're gonna make a rosette. And like I said, you needed 2 of these die cut pieces, and there is a notch on one of the ends. So one is a solid. You can pick which side you want out and which side you want in. There's a pointy side and there's a scallop side, so whichever one you want. And then you're going to glue them together. How did I do this? Okay. This morning's rough. So I have the end piece here. I don't know if you guys, looks like I have a little bit of a shadow. See how this is angled off on the ends? You're gonna attach that to your piece like that. And you do want to make sure that this is dry before folding it, or it will just come apart. I'm just going to use glue to put this together, but using a glue gun really will give it some staying power also. Okay, and it's all scored for you, so that makes it really easy. So you're just going to fold back and forth on all of the score lines. How many of you own this set? So I'm just folding it back and forth. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so we have this really cool look to it. Now this would also be a really great just border along your photos too. You could put a border of this along the edge too, give it some texture, something like that. So now you're gonna take I put glue on the end. Karen has it. Karen, what are you gonna make? And I should have put my tab underneath, but maybe I can take it apart. Whereas Christine's got her handy dandy adhesive remover. Marcia, you have it, but haven't used it yet. Well, time to dig it out. Okay, so put glue. I keep putting glue on the wrong side, you guys. You're gonna put glue, oh, here we go, on your tab and cover it up. So you're not even gonna see your tabs. I'm making this way harder than it needs to be today. And once again, to make sure that this is dry. Sometimes it's nice if you put this piece together first and then come back to it once it's all dry. Okay, so now all you have to do, I shouldn't say all you have to do, is I just kind of, oops, see if mine wasn't dry yet. Okay, we'll wait a little bit longer. We'll put that aside. We'll bring in some other elements. So I cut out a few stars here. So these are some of the dies with the set. I'll put this one here. So you either have this scallop look, and then they have two dies in here that cut out, or I should say, they're not really, they don't cut out circles, but they just cut out the little circle shapes inside, but they actually don't cut out a full circle. So they just cut out this little rim here. So I put that, so you can cut that through, or you can have just a solid image like this. And they have a scalloped and kind of a pointed or a jagged edge. And then these pieces here, one is a pointy, one is a round. So these can be your fireworks, your flowers, however you want to do that. And the set also has these little circles here. Put it here so you can see it. So you've got these circles that you can put in the middle, along with, I don't know if you guys can see that on screen really, but it has some detail to it. So it has like a little sunburst in the middle of it, okay? So lots of options with these dies. And here's the smaller one. This is the pointed one. And I took the smaller circle and cut out of the middle. So lots of really cool things that you guys can do. Here is our word celebrate. We're going to bring that in and we'll color that right now. And I think we will color it blue. So we're going to bring in our blueberry bushel and our brayer. Now, how many of you have used your brayer? There's two sides to the brayer, or I feel like there's two sides. There's these pointy up here. This is your stand. So when you put it down, you want to put it on your table like that. That way none of your ink or anything like that gets onto your paper or your workstation or anything like that. Okay? Now we're going to take our brayer. Now this is embossed. The word celebrate is embossed. So it's going to just color the solid image of this. And when you ink up your brayer, you don't need to push. You just go back and forth. And you don't want to roll it because you won't get even coverage on your thing. You just kind of want to roll to the end and stop, roll to the end and stop. Okay, and now I'm gently going to just lightly, you don't want to push hard, you don't want to push, you know, super firm. It's just a light. And I'm going to go in both directions. And you might get some along the edges. That's okay. So now we have our Celebrate. Okay, and I've done that with, we'll put that aside. And all you have to do to clean this is, one, you could rinse it, just put it under the sink, rinse it off. You can also use your mat here and just go back and forth, and then I tend to just wipe it once I've got most of the ink off. And that's all you have to do. Now also with your brayer, if you've not used a brayer before, your brayer does come apart very easily. So all you have to do is push up and your piece comes like this. So if you just want to take this piece and go wash it, you can do that too. Now it does have a little, you know, rubbery tackiness to it. So one thing you want to be careful of is, you know, wiping it with paper towel or anything that might have fibers on it, because that might stick to your brayer. So depending what you're doing, that fiber look could transfer onto your paper. So just be aware of that. Okay, so I think our rosette should be dry now. And I have a little circle here that I'm going to use for the back. And we're just... Mary, you would like me to color your Celebrate? So all you do is fold it in like this. Okay, so now we have our rosette. And this is, you also want to make sure that the side that you place out wasn't the side that you laid down on your embossing machine. A lot of times your plates underneath are all scratched up in that, and that will leave scratches on the back of your paper. So just remember, you know, which side was your front and which side was your back. Now, if you don't have a sponge brayer, you could also use a sponge dauber too to do this. Okay, now I'm just going to take my liquid glue here, and I'm going to generously put it on the back here, and I'm going to lay this dot on top. So you want to put a dot or a circle or whatever, piece of scrap paper, whatever, on the back, and something pretty on the front. And I say that because it will give your rosette more strength. This cardstock is pretty thick. When you do designer series paper, it's a little bit thinner, so it does hold a little bit better, but your cardstock is a thicker paper, so it kind of wants to revert back to the original, you know, it wants to spread back out easily. So you want to make sure that you do that. See how it wants to pop up like that? And that's where too, I say what would really be good with this is just to use a glue gun. Now what you can do is take this, set it aside, and put an ink pad or one of your acrylic blocks, something like that. And tear tape might be a better idea for this. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess over here, guys. I might have put too much glue and it's freaking out on me. So you guys can watch. I do this. I make mistakes. I make a mess just like you do at home. I lose things. I lose things all the time on camera. I always tell you guys, okay guys, help me find it. So I am just like you. I lose things. I fumble things up. I drop my ink pad on my paper. All things that we all do as stampers. So now I've got my rosette flipped over. I'll put my ink pad on it for a second. And I'm going to slide this out of the way because the back of that is a little bit sticky. And so are my fingers. Mary, I did such a good job. Yay. So some things you can do beforehand is prep some of this. But I wanted you guys to see this, of course, live in action so you know how to use it yourself, okay? So I'm going to bring this back in. It still wants to buckle up, but that's okay. We're going to take this piece that we die cut and put that over the top, maybe. Okay, so I'm putting this on the center. Like I said, there are so many ways you can do this. You could put this on top, then you could put this on top. You could put the flowers on top. There are so many different ways that you can use these dies and overlapping them in different ways. Okay, I think I got it, guys. No, it needs to dry yet. So we're gonna set that aside. Like I said, you can use an ink pad, you can use a stamping block, whichever to hold it. But I find that a glue gun works really, really well. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna set that page aside while that dries because I wanna place that and place my other pieces kind of around it. So we're gonna bring in our other page. So we're gonna bring in our white and our boho blue mats, and our boho blue mats are 2 4x4s and a 3.5 by 5.5. So we have 3 of those and 2 4x4s. Okay. Got glue all over my fingers, guys. All right. So we're gonna glue these two. Actually, I'm gonna pop all of these up because I like my photos popped up, and that way it's easy for me to tuck things under my pictures. Now, if you don't like mats, that's okay too. You could just put your photos down. I like to have a mat with my photo, whether it's straight across or some torn paper along the edges. And the nice thing too is when you use pop-ups or a tape runner, you have a little bit of forgiveness with your paper that you can maneuver it just a little bit yet before it completely dries. Okay. On to, these are 3.5 by 5.5. So what else is everyone working on? Is anybody else working on any 4th of July? I've heard some people already working on their Christmas cards on, I believe, Monday. Many people had said that they were getting their act together already, and they've got Christmas cards going already. And we will too, because in July, we are going to have a Christmas in July class. So for those of you who are demonstrators, you know that we have been able to pre-order. There will be new online exclusives coming in July, and those are all kind of themed around the holidays. So we get to pre-order those early as demonstrators. So you guys will get a sneak peek or get to use the product right away in July. Okay, I put those up a little bit higher because I want some room to put some things down. And I am overlapping these a bit. I gotta move these over way more. Okay, I should probably start with the middle one, right? And I'm going to tuck this bottom corner in on this side and this bottom corner on this side. And I've got this a little uneven here, so do you guys enjoy watching me tear it up? Put it back down. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have that finally. And I brought in a little label here. And we have this, and we're gonna put our word celebrate. But I think we're gonna bring in our stars. We're gonna bring in one of these star strips that we have. Now, when you get your kits, you will get different colors. You will all won't get exactly the same. Like you might get a blue one of these and a red one of these. Just the way it kind of works in order to get, I needed all these little stars. I'll put these stars on in a moment. Oh, I wanted blue. I put the blue one back. Got a few little pieces stuck in here, but you won't see some of those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half so I can stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so now we've got our circle here. We're going to put these on like so. Do any of you own this star set? You guys just watch me put glue in the wrong, on the wrong side. Oh, you're using Light the Sky. That's another really pretty set too. Light the Sky makes some great fireworks. Okay, Now we're gonna bring in, I brought some iridescent ribbon along. And we're gonna put that on our label. Light the Sky, Mary, I believe is still available in the online exclusives.
That is true.
So those of you who are looking for any type of fireworks sets, that is the perfect set. Uh-oh, Diane must be counting wrong over there.
No, they're talking about underwear and socks. Wow, right away I did. I didn't hear what it was, I just heard underwear and socks. Okay. Oh, I might resemble that remark.
Actually, I'm gonna cover up too much of my stars, so we're gonna put our label on, and then we're gonna put the ribbon underneath. How's that sound?
So Gina, on that thought you said, if you're looking for underwear and socks, this is the set for you. Yeah. That's what
I
we
hope I
love
didn't
that.
say that. Did I say that?
No, you didn't. But that's what she thought she heard. And she's like, wow, what set is that? I don't know that set. So I didn't count wrong. That's the next part of it. Oh, good.
It's always entertaining here in the hive. You never know what's gonna happen here.
Same thing? Yep.
Oh, goodness. Now we'll put some tear tape on the back. And I like to use tear tape, as most of you know, for ribbon. It adheres the ribbon really nice. Now, if you don't want to use this as a 4th of July layout, you could easily use this layout for a veteran or any type of military event too, if you've had any of that in your life. So I'm just weaving this back and forth. Felt like we needed a little sparkle here. All right. Cut the edges off here. And where did our word celebrate go? Here it is. We'll put some small dimensionals on this. And we'll put some larger dimensionals on this one. So don't be afraid to use, I know a lot of people think, well, you're just gonna put this in a book, you're not gonna see the dimension, but you do, you definitely see the dimension. So don't be afraid to add dimension to your pages. There we go. So that one is done. Okay, then we're gonna bring in our stars. I cut 2 larger stars, and we're gonna tuck those in our corners here. Then we have those little flower pieces. We're going to do some red and white. Maybe we'll do red and silver. And these actually, you turn them enough, they kind of fit inside of each other and nestle in. We'll put that one there. And then we have those little circles. And then I also have this one here that I'm going to set in. Maybe we'll do okay, so this layout is almost done. We're going to come back and add not dimensionals, rhinestones, and a few little stars. But I want to make sure I have enough for the other page too. Okay, so now we have our rosette all made. And we have our big blue center. And he's just going to go right here. On the bottom. Maybe I'm going to add this. I tuck these in on the outsides. And then we have this right here that we'll tuck in. I'll put a red center on that. And we will do a blue and red flower. maybe we need silver in here. I think we need a little more silver. Put that here. And we'll tuck this over there. All right, now the final countdown is here, guys. And we are just going to take all these little stars. So all these little stars came out of these cutouts, and we're just going to randomly place them on our page. And I'm placing them sporadically, so they're not all the same. And you could probably do this with just glue dots, and it'd probably be a whole lot less messy as I'm making it today. So now your challenge is to go out on the 4th of July and take some photos so that you can make these pages. And I'm just using a tiny little dot. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to place one star. And you can put as little or as many stars on as you would like. Here we go. What do you guys think? This is our first layout that we started off with. And now I'm going to pull in, because I feel like you need a little sparkle to go on these pages. Jennifer, you're loving these pages. I'm so happy to hear that. And I hope this inspires all of you to make something. And like I said, this doesn't have to be patriotic. You could take any colors and do this. There we go. So this page is done. We got a really nice rosette and it adds great texture to a page. And we're gonna go back here. We've got some of those stars left. I'm running low on glue, guys. Like that. And you guys should be so proud of these ladies. They were so quiet today. And finish up with some gems. I just love how this came together. How many of you do anything? Do you do anything fun for the 4th of July? Anyone get together or have picnics or 4th of July parades, cookouts?
You should tell me you're making me pink squirrel ice cream.
So Chris has volunteered. I kind of started making homemade ice cream. Is how it kind of started. And so the kids' birthday parties, they've been able to pick what they want for their ice cream. So their ice cream, Chris picked the ice cream, so we're going a little alcoholic, so hopefully it turns out. We're making pink squirrel ice cream and Brandy Alexander ice cream for the weekend. So,
Mom's bringing in the brandy today.
yes, Janet will be bringing brandy, and Chris stopped at the liquor store yesterday, and we will be out at the farm this weekend. It's Janet and Tom's birthday and Janet and John's anniversary, so we will be celebrating like we do for the last few years together. So it's a nice fun weekend. So here are our 2 projects for today. patriotic, red, white, and blue. And like I said, take this and make this your own. So this kit will be available until July 6th. The kit is $24 plus $6 for shipping. If you would like any of the other card kits, I'll bring those in one last time. These kits are available through the end of June. So we have this really cool box using the Country Woods or Country Floral stamp set. This is $20. Now, if you don't want the box, you can absolutely turn this into a card instead. Completely up to you. So you get these 3 cards and they go in this box. So it's a great gift to give someone or just keep them for yourself. And then the Morning Create class, we did 3 beachy cards. I even wore a beachy shirt. Mary was pretty proud of me that I coordinated here. Using turtles, the day at the beach, and seaside wishes. This kit's available for $17. And of course, if you really like this Round We Go bundle, this class is for you too. This is an amazing bundle. As you saw, we did so much with our layout, so many possibilities, and we have these 4 cards that feature that bundle also. So lots of good things coming up. Now, not only as demonstrators do we get to order early, we get to order some Christmas stuff is coming. You guys will have that available starting in July. And yesterday Stampin' Up! Also announced that bonus days will be back. And I believe, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, it's $50 order.
Yeah, it is a $50 order.
So every order that you place that's $50 or more, you will earn a $5 coupon. That $5 coupon will then be good during the month of
And
August.
tell anybody that your ultimate goal is to promote to Silver Elite.
And my goal has been
To promote
to Silver Elite. So if anyone
wants to join-
would love to join my team, and when you join my team, you join Christine's
Yes,
team.
exactly.
So we're one big team here. You get to hang out with Diane and
Yay.
all of you
Yay.
lovely ladies, and Annette over there. So you get to be a
Part of
bee.
me, yes.
And so whether it's through me,
Yeah.
through Christine, so we all get to gather together. So that has been my goal. There is an event coming up later in the year, and I really would like to promote to Silver Elite. Silver Elite, we get a little bit of extra training, and get to do other special events that are set aside for those who are really working their business. And I'm going on almost a year. July will be a year that I started doing videos. I started out with just a couple, and I have slowly increased. And I think next month I am going to do a showcase of kind of some of the things that we created. I will do a scrapbook one and show some of the cards we've made, because we have created a lot of amazing stuff over this last year. So I thought it would be fun to pull some of that stuff in and kind of give you guys a peek at what we've done and the different layouts we've made and all sorts of fun things like that. So like I said, if you'd like to join my team, I would love to have you join my team. So, and as a demonstrator, there's always the perks of we get to see things before anybody else. We have fun demonstrator events. Chris hosts events sometimes for just us demonstrators. So it's a great opportunity. And besides, who doesn't love a discount, right? I know I do. And that's where I started. When I joined Stampin' Up, it was, well, I just want the discount. And never did I thought that I would do it. And then I decided, yeah, I can maybe sell to a few friends here and there. And the great thing is I have been able to step away from this at times because of where my family is. I've got children yet that still need a mom, and at times I've had to slow down because of my family needs. So, and now my kids are a little bit older, so I have a little more time to do things like this and a little more time to focus on mom. So anyways, great opportunities. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all got inspired and hope you all have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. Have a great day, guys.
Yay, Gina.
Good class.